Assalamu alaikum. Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. Today's video I'll explain Zakat phase 1 and phase 2. If you are a stray in Saudi Arabia, so you guys know about the Zakat phase 1 and phase 2. Regarding today's video I'll explain the Zakat Sandbox integrations using Laravel. So in this video, I'll explain one by one to if you have a system, let's say if you have ERB, if you have any kind of invoicing system. So in the Saudi Arabia, based on Saudi Arabia, there is a Zakat. You need to integrate phase 1 and phase 2. Let me show you how you will generate the phase 1 and phase 2, and it will basically generate the QR code. So some of the people here don't understand what is the difference between phase 1 and phase 2 in the on the QR code. Let's say I will show you my code. So let me, okay, if I write on my code here. So this is, let's say if I write phase 1. So when you generative system, this is the phase 1 QR code. Okay, I using the simplified text invoice. There is two type of invoice, one for standard, one for simplified. And this is, let's say, my system. As you know, there is every company have their own bad registration number, so we'll put here this is the easiest model. After the video you guys will be complete, I will complete it what is the easiest model. So let's say, for example, now is a smart device, and this is the address of the seller, and invoice, the time, dates, and the some items, let's say product 1, product 2. After that, your system will be, let's say, sync. For my case, it's simply by invoice. So after that, he will generate the phase 2 invoice. Phase 2 QR should be like this, okay, and it should be authorized by Zakat backend. So Zakat backend, he must be make the process for the reporting, for the reported, or if you integrate the standard API or clearance API. So what is will be the clearance? I'll explain the later. Just try to understand. So for the simplified invoice, we are integrated the we need the report started from Zakat backend. Okay, this is for phase 2. What is the first phase 1 and phase 2? We will explain to reporting API, and we will explain the what is the clearance API, and how can we connect the compliance API, and how to we register an onboarding device, as I told you, ESG models. So in this video I will explain one by one. Also I explain in the coding. Okay, for example, let's give us some small briefs. Reporting API, it will be used for the submitted test simplified invoice. So debit needed code, as you all know. So there is a three type of invoice: credit, debits, and also the for the this is for reporting API. If you are not enable the compliance, it will be disabled. If you are enable it, it will be standard invoice with the reporting status. Okay, there is some expected routes. There is a a free request. Free request first we cannot request this API because we need to request for this one. This API will be first we need to request because we need to generate the public private key and the signs here, and we need to help must be from their SDK. If you're using Laravel, also you need this. If you're using Java.NET, for example, if I go here, let's say if I click on here, I download SDK. Let's say, for example, I show the .NET, I will show the. So if you need the type of XML invoice, go to there and go to the simple and see. There is a two type of invoice: simplified and standard. So let's say for my case, I need simplified invoice. I go there, and let's say back simplified invoice. There is a two type of invoice: simplified invoice. So here is debit credit invoice. Let's say I need the invoice. So you can take help from this for the making your APIs request. Let's go to the sandbox and API sandbox. So what request do we need? So we'll explain here. So click on the API documentations, and let's say first, as I told you, first API should be this one. After that, we will integrate the compliance invoice. Those, the same request will be, well, it's the same body we will pass, and that process I will explain after this, and also why this will be integrated, I will tell you. Okay, first we will start this one. As I told you, we will start this one to generate the public key and CRS. Okay, what is the CRS? I will explain you right now. Okay, let's go. Let's go. This is we'll open this API. So here we will see the OTP to generate from the system, or you can use this one for the as a test. Okay, and there is this authentications. There is a version we are using already 2, and for OTP we will create this. After that, we make a request. This CSID based on the CSID. So how can we get the CSID? CSID we must be first we must be request on this. So first we are requesting for compliance. Then we are generating CSID. So go to the system. Okay, go to those systems. So as I told you, we have the Zakat SDK. So we'll make our templates. Our templates, we have the simplified invoice. That's the simplified invoice we have, and we have some signatures. So we'll get help from the SDK. Okay. After that, we'll make the some tags for invoice, sellers tags, and after that we have the APIs, all APIs. So let's go to the APIs. That's the APIs. See, we are apply the complaints. We are applying the complaints invoice. This one, as I told you. So and also after that we will get the reporting single for the get the reporting status. If you want to the two want to clearance API, so you also get the status cleared. Okay, I will explain one by one, so it's better. Let's go. Okay, let's try to integrate for this one compliance API. So let's go to my controller. So here I make the database for store my invoice. This is the Zakat 2. So what I did in the database, this is not mandatory. Just we are taking the data for store the invoice. Okay, this store the invoice. We'll store the here bad the necessary invoice with the status. Why we store this? Because we need to check this one will get reported or not. I'll explain in this video later. Okay, start here. So first we'll integrate the phase one. Phase one, what we'll do, we have a VAT number, I pass it static, it's okay. And we have our invoice amount, we have all of the thing. Then we'll create the QR code, and QR code I already explained. By this request, so they will generate the QR code for phase one, okay? But there is no relation between the Zakat backend. Phase two should be authenticated from Zakat backend, right? So that's the thing for the QR code. Let me show you again what will be the phase one. So if I write in here phase one, so that's the phase one. So phase one, simplify invoice, Zakat QR will be like this. If you are scanned by this, they have a Zakat mobile application. If you scan it, you will see it's verified, it's correct invoice, okay? Okay, that's the thing. First one done. Second one will continue right now. So phase two. So phase two, as I told you, we are request from here. The organization name, organization badge, and addresses, and invoice references for user ID, and there is date and time right now or any time. It's okay. And there is my items, product one, product two. If I want, I can add several items. Right now, I like to. Okay. So that's the data I already fastened here. After the data, what we will show? This is the ECSG. So we are call this. What is this? So let's check this one. What's that exactly? So there's the scenario to generate the key, as I told you. So it's help to our local dependency. For Windows user, it should be all same. But those are Mac user, it should be different. So change on this thing, and you take the help from internet and configure your SSLs. So they will help you to generate the key and generate the CSRS. As I told you, this function will be responsible to generate this thing. So this function will be responsible to generate this thing. Okay, then we'll pass it on this API on the compliance. After that, we'll get the response, the ID of CSID. This is called requested CSID, and we'll get our authenticate token and secret key. It should be coming from our access. Access, I mean, access. You have account. If you have account, so you will get this. Each company have this account of the Fatoora platform. For example, if I check here, and I hope you guys understand this thing. So this thing you can generate with the onboarding device for registered ESG device. So you can generate a 1 to 100 number of 100s. So you can generate the OTP 1 to 100. I mean the number of digit of the 100. So for a case you can generate for let's say 6, 8, depends. So this is the test one. But for my case I have my own. So I will show you. So that's the how can you configure the CRS, and that's all of the procedure for the generate the thing. Okay, and also how can you create the unique ID, and also issues the complete. This is the function for issues the complete certificates and the single invoice to generate the compliance. Okay, let's go to the controller again. So see, how can you create the generate key? So let's see how to generate key. So this function will be responsible the key generator. So as I told you, how to create the private key. So here we need CRS. So CRS is coming from here. Okay, generate by key. After that is generate CRS. Okay, got it. Okay, then we'll go back again from our controller. So after that, then we'll request the compliance ID with this code. How can I get it? We already, as I told you, we'll get this function. Then we'll get this private key. After that, we will request the compliance certificate. So this certificate will generate. Then we need the CRS. So we already had the CRS. Then we'll issue the certification to get the request. Using OTP. OTP. How we will get the OTP? You can use this one. Or you can, as like for my cases, I have a Fatoora platform account from here. Fatoora platform. You just log in and generate the 1 to 100 any type of OTP you can generate it. It's I think valid for 1 hour. Within 1 hour, if you are making a request, he will able to register onboarding device. I'm sorry. So that's the thing. Okay. After that, he make the request. After that request, he is the sign because we need first we need the sign. First we need the compliance certificate. Then we need sign invoice. Okay. After that, we check the compliance. This is the compliance. Okay. To pass we have all of the things. Now we are requested the compliance. So check this one. This is the compliance. So we have already API. So we requested on this. Got it. So this is the all reported and clearance invoice, all of there. So let's go to the API also. So let's explain this part also. After that, if I have all, so we are going to generate the phase 2. That's the settings for phase 2, and that's the calculations we have. So create the invoice for set my database. That's the thing. So how can we call the APIs? You just go to here. As I told you, we are get the certificate and secret key from here. Okay. Once we get this, we'll first we will apply for the here compliance for the compliance. So while do we have OTP? As I told you, we have OTP on here. There's OTP we have. As I already saw it here in the controller. As I told you, we pass the function. We pass the parameter on there. Where is the OTP? Here. Yeah, I got it. This is the OTP. This OTP should be passed on the issue certificate, so it should be connected with this API. After that, the OTP will be received. Then we'll send this API. Then we'll send what in the body. We'll pass the header. They want on the header we have the acceptance of the version. We have the OTP. So then we will pass the data based on our CRS. As I told you, we'll mention here on the body. We'll pass the CRS because we already generated the thing. We have the all of the thing. Then we will as we have this. So just we'll get the data. This one. We'll get all of the data. But after this, once we have, we'll apply the second API. So once we have everything, so first API is done. So we'll go to the second API. You guys, I already uploaded in the GitHub. This GitHub will be public for everyone. I'll mention on the video this GitHub link. So you'll just take the upload, npl run build, npm start, install, and run build. That's it. Will be, and then look install the for the PHP. Just run the command PHP artisan migrate. After that, SERP. Okay. And then you can use it also same to same like my interfaces. So then we'll apply the compliance invoice. For compliance invoice, go to again the API integration sandbox. So that's the thing here. So we'll apply the for invoice APIs. Okay, invoice API, we need what? We need authentication. We have already authentication. So we have already authentication by this version, and as I told you, so if you know about this, so you have, for example, I'll show you my account, how to log in to make authentication. If you have a login, it's just authorized, but you can use that. You will see, you will get this automatically if you have account. Okay, close it. After that, so in the invoice, if you should have we already in the before, as I told you, what we will get, we get our invoice hash, we get our in the body we need to pass this one. Okay, so in this body we need to pass this one, then we will get the data. Okay, so in the header we should pass the language. If you want Arabic, you get the Arabic, and if you want pass the version 2, you will get the version 2. Okay, that's the scenario. Let me tell you, so here we have this, we have the invoice hash, we have the sign invoice. So in the parameter we have all of the data. Okay, we have the as I already show you, to make how to make the unique key and how to make the auth headers. Okay, we have all the thing. So after that, we'll request the complex invoice with the several data. We have the hash key, we have the unique ID, we have the, and we'll make the invoice. We have already sign invoice. I already show you here. I will get the sign invoice. This is the sign invoice. This function. After this function, it's first to the here. So this API will be already just we as we know, we need to base the base 64 encoding. Okay, we make the base 64 for encode to show the QR. So after that, just make the request, and we'll get the generate. This is just we'll get the request like this. If you are on this API, we'll see response like this. Let's check on the again. So we'll get the response like this. You are reported. You'll pass and report it. Also, we are implement the same request, same body. We'll pass the in the both too. I mean the complex compliance invoice and reporting and standard board are the same header, same body, and response will be same. For the reported API also same response will show right now. Just check for the reported. Check the body. Will this invoice? See, will the invoice reporting? What's the endpoint? Is the single. So let's go to the video again. Let's go to the code again. Okay, let's check. Component was done. So we are see invoice reporting single. So it's this one, I think. So this one, see invoice for the get the status for let's say I have a simplified invoice, so I will get response like this. So as you see, for right now, if you enable it, it will be the standard invoice. I already explained to you. So we need the version of if you want English, if you want Arabic to get the response, so they will response. And this is the version as I told you. And see the body the same for the last three APIs, for the compliance invoice, for the reporting APIs, for the clearance API. Both are headers, and response should be same. Okay. So we have already hash. We have invoice hash, we have the unique key, we have the invoice. So to registration also. So now we can request anything as based on our request list. We have a standard API, we have a standard debit credit in the normal one, and we have simplified. So my cases I will show you the simplified. So but I mentioned here all of the things. Just using for the code generation this one. Okay. After that we will make the request as I told you this one. Then we'll get the status reported the status. So let's check how will the request will be work. Let's say for example I have this invoice, I have this one, and I have this, and I have product 1 or 2. Once I generated, you will see the generate the phase 2, and this response is it's coming from Zakat backend, and this QR code generated from Zakat backend. So this is the hash, and you can download the XML and you can try for validation. Okay, so there's the fully integrated. So let's check the last one. You already see. Check this one. Check the story. Okay, see last one right now. So see the status is reported. So can we check the status? Let's say I'll show you more explanation, then you guys can understand the process. So last one, I think this one. So take this thing. Let's write this one parameter and go here. Let's just I will compare with this response. For the reporting, we will get exactly same response. Okay. Let's say the reporting status is reported and the status is pass. If you got this, it's coming from Zakat backend. So this is the warning message we have. So let's check. We'll receive same response or not. Let's check the backend, and this is my response. Copy it. Control A, Control C, and see. Check the response. Okay, we'll get the reporting status reported, right? We'll get already reported as I show you my system. See, this is the reported. So is the metadata why I saved this the response? Because I just need to show you guys we are already integrated. So check the syntax again. They said reported status should be reported and status should be passed. Okay, so check our cases. Pass, and it's very nice. It's already integrated. So it's for the reporting. If you want, you can integrate it let's say to clear invoice. Yeah, I already integrated, but in this cases, for my cases, I need a simple invoice. So same response. Just for this, he will generate the different response. Let's explain this thing again. Okay, go back again. Okay, API integrations. In this is the last APIs. Clearance API. So it's for standard APIs. Okay, standard invoice. Same response in the header, same response in the body. We have the hash, we have UID, then we will get the response as like a same. Just here, we'll pass the cleared invoice QR with the status cleared. Just the thing. Just here we pass the data, he will return me same exactly this response. So if you want this data, you just store this data. For my case, I'm using the reported APIs. So let's what is this API? Once you were okay, what's the other APIs? So let me explain. So you already complete the integration of phase 2 based on this code, but there is 2 other API. If you need to integrate. Okay, so I just let me explain. Okay, this one. Let's say if you generate the OTP, so Zakat backend there is a created a ESG device. So it's called if you are connected so if you have account on the Zakat Fatoora platform, so if you are connected with the OTP as I already show you, so they created a onboarding device. Okay, so that's the thing. And this one for the renewal. For example, let's say that if you have time, if you are registered on the device, it's have a time after the specific period you need to renew. So if you want to renew, you can add this APIs based up to you. Also same things. So for the same process, generate the OTP, and OTP based on OTP is that requires this API. You got it right. So that's the scenario for the all of the thing. So I hope you guys understand. And also I uploaded all of the project in here. So just for installation, as I told you, install Laravel, then make the migration if you want to store like this, like the database, like me, for to store the invoice. So you can make the PHP artisan migrate. Then for the here front end are using React, so make it npm install, and then the npm run build. So you'll get data. So thank you so much. I hope you guys understand. If you have any question, ask me in this video. I will put the GitHub link that you can easily download and integrate it to your system with the phase 1 and phase 2. Thank you so much.